I'm Mary, popularly known as Sasha. I'm a technical teacher by profession. I'm also a fashion designer. We design clothes, both for men, women, and children's clothes. The teaching part, we train. We do hands-on training for any designer or upcoming designers who want to unlock their journey in fashion and design. So when it comes to designing, it's funny because I've always loved the teaching part more than the designing part more. I came to venture mainly in the designing part after I participated in an initiative in Nairobi County, which was being liaised by the women rep. So after I merged the third and got some honors, I was given 150,000. So I felt like it's something I should venture more in it. Me being a teacher has really helped a lot. One, because when you're a teacher, you keep learning. I saw a gap in the teaching of hands-on skills. This is because immediately I finished college, I was not ready for the market, literally. So I felt like maybe the schools we have don't give hands-on practice for students. So since this is something I had already gone through, I felt like if I open a school and now teach the upcoming designers what I was not taught in school was the best way to grow my vision. Fashion changes with time. I've tried to keep up with the trends by getting to listen to what my client wants, and also by collaborating with other designers to know what's the gap in the market. Because in fashion, you can't work alone. You must work with other designers for you to get insights of what is going on. And of course, you as a person can't know everything that is going around. So I've tried to collaborate with other designers, to collaborate with influencers, to know what is the trend in the market, and also having to listen what my client wants has really helped me to navigate through the fashion trends and what I give my clients. Most challenging outfit I've ever made was a wedding gown for a client. It took me 1 week. That's the longest I've ever stayed with a client's garment. But mostly my clothes take 1 to 2 days. If it's that much, it's 3 days maximum. I've ever made a design that didn't come out the way I expected. This is because the client came insisting on wanting that design. She didn't want to listen to what I had to say about her body, about what blends with her. So once I made the dress, she didn't get what she expected. And from that, I learned that it's good to advise your clients accordingly to what suits their body, and maybe, what suits their body according to the design they want. I determine the value of my pieces through the cost of production. Yeah, I take maybe the lowest I can charge a client is the cost of my production times 3. What I will tell the designers that are starting and they're having a challenge in pricing, one, designers that are starting have a problem with charging high because they are like, I'm just starting, how will I attract clients? But what I would want to tell them, they should set their price. Once you set your price and you know the quality of your work, obviously those who can afford you will come for you. Because once you start low, it's always hard for you to raise the price. And you know, prices of fabrics increase every day, taxes and all that. So I would encourage them to, so long as you know the quality of your work, set your price. From there, those who can afford it will come to you. Okay. I'm very passionate about mentoring young designers because I've always loved teaching since I was young. I like giving directions, literally. This pushed me to now opening my own school. And from there, I've set unique standards of how to deliver the knowledge from me to them. Yeah, that's why I mentioned hands-on training, one-on-one teaching, and all that. I've really struggled in getting qualified trainers. And qualified trainers, I don't mean those people who have PhDs or degrees. You know, you can have knowledge, but now transferring it to a learner is hard. I've had a challenge in getting these people because you find that they have the certificates, but now how to transfer the knowledge to the students is very hard. That's why I decided, because this is a new place and I'm trying to build up the foundation of this place, I've decided to do it myself for a while. Once it catches up, I'll basically find someone else, I'll train them by myself, then from there they can help me around. I've had a student who when she came to school, she didn't like sewing that much. From there, I used to encourage her a lot. She took a while. The days she used to miss classes, but once she finished, she's now outside there. She has her own brand and she's doing well. Me as a designer, I've always come in touch with the difficult clients, but now how I deal with them is me giving them a listening ear. You know, anyone who is difficult, when you give them space, when you give them time to listen to what they want, everything else is easier, just by listening to them and understanding what exactly they want. I've had a problem having to balance marketing, finances and all that. But now the finances part, my brother helps me deal with it. But the marketing area, I try to be as consistent as I can. And obviously it's hard because posting on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and you still have to prepare your lesson to the students. It's hard, but I'm really trying to do my best. But with the time, I'm definitely going to get people to help me throughout all of the departments. Social media has really helped me to grow my business. By this I mean, I've used influencers to market my business. That's Sasha Designs Closet. I've also used Instagram mostly to market my school. And what I've come to realize, on Instagram has really potential people compared to other platforms. So I've really used Instagram through boosting my page, paying for ads, and the school has reached around 250,000 views just in 1 month. Yeah, so through paying for ads, it has really helped, and through working with influencers. My strategy for attracting and retaining clients, at Sasha Designs, I sometimes deliver for free. I do product bundling. By this I mean, I sometimes sell sets of things. Like I say, if you buy this, you get this for free. That has really attracted a lot of clients. I've also used the technique of not charging very high on certain designs, and that definitely attracts more clients. And retaining clients, I make sure that I listen to reviews. If a client has a problem with the design I made, I encourage them to come back and see what I can do on it. In the next 10 years, I see my school having at least 4 branches. I'm really focusing on Mombasa, Kisumu, and Kakamega. So in the next 10 years, I'm really seeing my school having different branches. In Sasha Designs, I see myself having a production team. I think it will reach somewhere that me myself can't sit on a machine. I would have employed a good number of people who can do the work for me. The fashion industry in Kenya is really evolving. The changes I would appreciate to be done will be maybe the government focusing on appreciating their own designers, and also supporting the young designers to be seen outside the world. Yeah, that's the only change I would really like. The highlights of my career, one, just being able to start my own business, especially the school part, is a very big highlight. It's like a door that opened that I didn't imagine it will open. So that one has really given me more hope and more faith that definitely I'm going for. Okay, for someone who wants to leave the employment and start their own business, I would tell them to start where they are. If that's what they want, they should start where they are. They should be consistent. Then they should invest in learning. You know, learning doesn't stop. And for you to be able to run a business, you must be ready to learn and to network for you to be able to run your own business. If I had to describe my journey, I would start with strength, vision, and goals. Strength, for you to be able to do what I did. Of course, where I was working, I was being paid good amount, but for me to be able to leave that and start my own place, it really needed me to be strong enough to have my vision and to have my goals, for me to know where I want to be in the next few years. So I had just to leave the work and come here. So me starting the new place, or someone else who wants to start their own business, they should be able to have their vision and goals in place. I would say there are those designers who say they have learned through YouTube, or they have learned on their own. I agree, but if you get to interact with them, you learn that there's that basic knowledge that someone gets in school that you can't get on media or through someone else. So I would say going to school and getting to learn fashion, you'll learn a wide range of fashion rather than just going to social media or on YouTube and learning specific things. Yeah. My vision pushed me. I felt like while I'm under employment, there were limitations of what I wanted that I couldn't reach when I'm still under someone. Yes. In the designing part, I realized that there was a gap in mixing elegance and modest. You find maybe most of the designers, they are maybe on the elegance part, or they are maybe on the modest part. They don't know how to liaise the two. Like if someone wants a garment from you, they want both a modest and elegant garment. You understand? So it's hard for them to blend the two. So that's the gap I had seen in the fashion industry, and that's what I ventured in. In the teaching part, I realized that most of the colleges we have, they don't do hands-on training. They mostly do theories, and you know, as per now, even the government is really focusing on the hands-on skills. Like the government is really investing in TVET institutions where practice is really done with hands. But most of the colleges, they feed the students with theories. And also our mode of teaching, when you go to other colleges, you'll find that students are taught as a class. But now when it comes to me, I'm trying to be unique by teaching, using the one-on-one student-teacher teaching. That's what makes me unique from the other people. Let me give an example of those clients who don't want to show a bigger part of their body. You understand? That's being modest. But now the problem comes in that this person wants the garment to be elegant and classy, but again, the garment should remain modest. You understand? Yeah, that's the gap I wanted to venture in. So I wanted to blend both the modesty and the elegance in one. So you find that if someone is if a designer is making a garment, he or she will make it either classy, but won't be able to blend in the modest part. Yes. What makes my design stand out from the rest? One, it's because I do everything. I don't have a specific niche. I do both menswear, ladies wear, kids wear, but most of the designers have ventured into one particular thing. But for me, I think that opening the market wide so that I can be able to cater for each and everyone that wants us to make their garment makes me unique from the others. Most of the designers have ventured into one thing. And now that's where the school area came in. As I said earlier, in school, by the time I was leaving school, the practical skills were not, I would say, were not competitive as what is in the market right now. But from the school, I learned the theoretical part, and the theoretical parts involve understanding people's body, what color blends with what skin, and all that. So all that, I got the information from school. I had made something for myself. So it happened that I just posted it on one of my social media, and one person liked it. From there, I started making different types of clothes, and that's how I got my customers. After that, after I realized that people were now coming wanting to buy my products, that's when I now opened social media pages. Yeah. Leaving my job was the hardest decision I have ever made. Actually, I made the decision in January, and I left it. I resigned the same month. You understand? So I was ready to face whatever comes my way, but the biggest challenge I had was about the financial constraints. The budget I had put to help me navigate through the initial stages was not enough. But again, I had a brother who comes in for me when I'm stuck. And then getting students, it's not that easy. You know, you can't start a business today, especially a school, a new school, and expect people to come in the next day. I went to social media. It has really helped me. And again, people have known that I'm a technical teacher by profession, specializing in fashion and design. That one has really helped me to get the number of students I have now. This is within a period of 1 month. Something I didn't expect as being my own boss. I didn't know I'll be able to employ 2 to 3 employers in the first 1 month. Whatever kept me going was the vision. I have a vision for what I want. I have goals I need to attain by a certain age. So me being here and looking at where I want to be, it really keeps me going. The challenges I've faced during this journey, one of them was location, because earlier I tried to start a school. 1 year, that's 1 year ago. But now people accessing the place because it was outside town was very hard. That's when I made the decision to come in the central business for people to access me easily. Another challenge I've had is having to balance the curriculum, the TVET curriculum, what the government wants, and unique designs. You know, when you have a curriculum, the government has a curriculum that we as TVET institutions are supposed to follow. But again, I want to teach the students I have different designs. You understand? So the problem I've had during this journey is having to blend the government curriculum with my vision as per what I want to teach the students. Yeah. It's something I can overcome by maybe creating extra time for my students to teach them the unique, how to blend with the trending designs and all that, and also being able to stay to teach them as per what the government expects them to teach them. Yeah. Another challenge I've had during this process is registering the institution with the government. You know, it's a process. You can't do it today and get it today. It goes for months. And because I want the first cohort of my students to graduate in December, it has really been a tough journey because I'm still going on with it.